Okay, we shall start the rosary by holding this cross, and we will pray like the Blessed Mother when she prays with the children in Fatima. We will hold the cross and make the sign of the cross with it. All right? Today, we're going to pray on the joyful mysteries. Joyful mystery because it's a happy reflection of the parts in the life of Jesus. All right? And the first joyful mystery, and before I say the joyful mystery, I'd like to tell you a story. Would you like a story? Those who like a story, will you please raise your hand? Yay! Dali, thank you for raising your hand. Don Bosco, his name is actually Father John Bosco. He was in charge, he was taking care of street boys who were on the streets. And of course, they were doing many mischief on the street, and he was gathering them. And the Lord was sending him instructions on how to take care of these ragamuffins, these street boys. Was sending him messages on how to take care of them. And this he does by dreams, sending him dreams. But actually, they were visions. But in order not to scare the boys, he will call them, I had a dream. But actually, the Lord showed him a vision. In one of those visions, he was in his office, and then he heard a rumbling sound like a volcano erupting. And after a while, he heard the boys shouting and screaming and running here and there. And so he went out of his office and wow! On the playground was a very big snake. The size of the snake was 4 logs of trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the size. And the height of the snake was 4 stories high. And it was on the ground there, and it was biting some boys, throwing some boys there, hitting some boys with its tail. Everybody was so scared and running away all the time. He was eating some of the boys, and wow! And Don Bosco, he was so scared. All the boys ran into his office, and they were all so afraid. They did not know where to go. An angel came. How did he know it was an angel? It had wings. The angel came and told Don Bosco, I have the rope that will destroy this snake. You hold one end of the rope, and I will hold one end of the rope. Don Bosco was so afraid to hold the end of the rope, he just tied the end of his rope to the grills of his office, and he went inside the office. Together with some of the boys, they were all so afraid. The angel said, Ay, ang duduwag. Never mind, the angel flew over the snake. While the snake was busy, biting, chewing, hitting the boys, he flew over the snake. And then, when he was on the other side of the snake, he did like this, and whipped the snake with the rope. He whipped it like this. He kind of stretched it like that and whipped the snake with the rope. When the snake was hit with the rope, it got so angry. You know what it did? It started to fight the rope. It started to wanting to destroy the rope. But what happened instead? It got entangled in the rope. But then it continued to struggle against this until it was struggling so much against the rope. What happened was the flesh of the snake was flying here and there until what remained was the rope, and around it was the skeleton of that big snake. It was only the skeleton that remained of the snake fighting against this rope. It destroyed itself. And Don Bosco was watching that, and all the boys were watching that, and they were, what is that all about? The snake threw away the skeleton. It immediately became dust. And he got the rope, put it in a box. He arranged the rope there in a coil, put it in a box, covered it, and gave the box to Don Bosco. Bosco's wondering, the snake might still be alive. No, it's the rope. The angel said, Don Bosco opened the box, and instead of the rope, there was the rosary. And the words, Ave Maria, Hail Mary. This is not just a counter. It is a weapon. A very powerful weapon against a powerful enemy, the devil. The snake is the devil. And he will try to prevent you from praying the rosary. I feel lazy, I feel tired, I have a fever, I have a headache, I don't want to pray the rosary. It will try to prevent us from praying the rosary. Why? It's boring, it's repetitious, I can do many other things. That is how it wants to fight against the rosary. It will not win. As we saw in that vision, because it is a weapon. It was slicing the devil as it was struggling against it. When you are afraid, say the Ave Maria, Hail Mary. When you are angry, wait! I'll pray Ave Maria, Hail Mary. When I'm discouraged, down, disappointed, I'll pray Ave Maria. I'm sick. Ave Maria. I feel that mommy and daddy has a problem. Ave Maria. So powerful. You know, among us priests, when we are looking for a parking before the COVID, when we're looking for a parking, we all say, when it's difficult, we did not pray the Ave Maria. We didn't pray Hail Mary. We pray the Hail Mary, and immediately there will be a space. It's such a powerful prayer. The saints tell us one Ave Maria is shaking the whole impierno. One Hail Mary. Can you imagine what one rosary does? So I'm waiting for my computer. Instead of shaking it, I'll pray one Hail Mary. I'm going from this place to that place. I'll pray Hail Mary. Should be always on our lips, because you know why? We are on the war path against evil. And what is our weapon? The rosary, the Hail Mary. That is what we're doing this morning. That is what we're doing this morning. So, for the first joyful mystery, let us contemplate on the angel going to the Blessed Mother and asking her, would you like to be the Mother of God? And she said, yes. Everybody was, waiting what the Blessed Mother will say. And when she said yes, wow, finally, the Redeemer comes into the world. In the second joyful mystery, let us reflect on how the Blessed Mother traveled for 2 weeks to be able to help her cousin Elizabeth give birth because she was already old. This tells us how the Blessed Mother is very, very serviceable. She always wants to serve other people. Third joyful mystery, let us reflect on Jesus being born in a stable in Bethlehem. It took some time for Joseph and Mary to find a place where to give birth to Jesus, because the hotels were all full, but they finally found a wonderful place in a cave, and that was where Jesus was born. And the shepherds visited him, and the 3 kings visited him. The fourth joyful mystery is Jesus is presented in the temple. parents, when children are born during the time of Jesus, they are offered into the temple as an offering to God. What a beautiful thing, when parents say to their children, I offered you to God. And it's such a way. No, you're not being donated to God. You're being offered to God. What a wonderful thing. Meaning, you are a special child of God because you belong to Him. The last mystery, joyful mystery. In the last mystery, we recall how Jesus was lost in the temple, was lost in Jerusalem, the big city, and how his parents, Joseph and Mary, went looking for him for 3 days because he was lost. How many of your children were ever lost in your life? Raise your hand. Yes. How many of you adults were ever lost in your life when you were younger? You think Jesus was afraid when he was lost? He was not afraid. And they found him in the temple. But of course, he made his parents very worried. Can I say another story? Yes. One time, the education minister of England, which was known all over the world for their educational system, went to visit the school of Don Bosco. The school of Don Bosco, Father John Bosco, is a school for street kids. Kids from the streets, they work in the morning and then they study the rest of the time. They were working boys. And, street kids, they're just living on the streets and something like that, no? And he was wondering, how come almost 80% of the boys studying in public schools are the top 10 of the school? How can street kids working at the same time were, getting very high academic grades? He wanted to find that out. He wanted to know why. So he went to visit Don Bosco and he was, even more surprised when he went to the study hall. These street kids, 200 of them, they were just busy studying and nobody was watching them. Nobody was watching them. They were just busy studying and they were getting the top honors in school. And so the Minister of Education of England asked Don Bosco, what is your secret? Don Bosco told him, my secret might not be applicable to you, to your country. And he said, why? The minister said, why? Well, because my secret, we are Catholics and you are Protestants, and secret has something to do with us being Catholics. And he asked, what is that secret? He said, the secret, why the boys are so disciplined, in spite of the fact that they come from the streets, the secret why they were getting high academic marks is because we pray the rosary every day. We pray the rosary every day. And he said that's not applicable to your country because you're a Protestant country. And the Minister of Education said, I will bring this to the Parliament. And that is what he did. Of course, he expressed his mission. He went to Italy to find that, and this is what I found out. The secret is they prayed the rosary. And people were, wow, what's that? To make the story short, this Minister of Education became a Catholic. Right? The power of the rosary. Power of the rosary. I really wish these kids, you kids, will continue to pray the rosary. I have another story. All right? And in this story, the guy's name is Albert. His name is Albert. And he was studying in the seminary. He was in high school. And he was studying and wanting to be a priest. But then, after 5 months studying, he realized he could not understand anything. He realized he did not have the intelligence for the study. And so he tried his best. And so he decided, I will just leave. I will not continue studying anymore. And so I'll give up my dream of becoming a priest. So one night, he put all his clothes in a little bundle like this. And when everybody was already asleep, he escaped from the dormitory, went down to the first floor, and he was supposed to walk across the lawn and then climb the fence and forget about his dream because he could not take the studies. It was so difficult for him. When he was down on the first floor, he looked to the left, he looked to the right, there was nobody there, it was dark. But in the middle of the garden, between the building and the fence, in the middle of the garden was a statue of the Blessed Mother. Every morning, after their Holy Mass, he will go to the statue and pray one Hail Mary. So now that he was leaving the place, he looked at the statue and he said, goodbye. And he went to the fence, he threw all his little bundle of clothes, he threw it over the fence, and he was about to climb the fence when he heard his voice, a voice calling his name, saying, Albert. So he looked around, and again the voice said, Albert, where are you going? He looked around and, wow, where the statue of the Blessed Mother was, there was no more statue. There was not the statue there anymore. And when he looked on his side, the Blessed Mother was standing on his side. And the Blessed Mother asked again, Albert, where are you going? And he started to cry. He said, I can't take it anymore. I don't have the intelligence for these studies. I tried my best. I cannot. I'm just going to go home and forget about everything. And the Blessed Mother just said, Albert, I will help you. Trust me. And the Blessed Mother embraced him, and he embraced the Blessed Mother, and he went back to the dormitory again. What happened to his clothes? When he went back to his bed, he saw his clothes there again on top of his bed. Well, Albert studied for the priesthood, became a priest, became a bishop, became a cardinal. He is now known to us as Saint Albert the Great because he was so intelligent. Saint Albert, in fact, he became the professor of another very, very intelligent saint, Saint Thomas Aquinas. And the church, when somebody's very, very intelligent like this about theology, they make them doctors of the church. So this Albert, who was very, very poor in studies, became a priest, became a bishop, became a cardinal, became a doctor of the church, and became a saint. And every time people were praising him for his great mind, he was said, no, this is not mine. This is the Blessed Mother. Oh, this is not mine. This is the Blessed Mother. And he said, I'll prove to you that this is not mine. I will return this to the Blessed Mother. And 5 years before he died, he told the Blessed Mother, take this intelligence away so that people may know it is really from you. And you know what? He became how he was before he became a priest. When they show him the books he wrote, the thoughts he showed, I don't know them anymore. Really, it was from the Blessed Mother. We've got to pray to her with confidence. The thing that she tells all of us, I will help you. Trust me. I'll help you. Trust me. We've got to allow her to help us by trusting her. Now we shall pray the litany. These are the different titles of the Blessed Mother, calling upon her to, in trust, she will help us.